Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Monday, September 29th, 2014. Well, okay, last week's announcements, there was GDP announcement, which was pretty good. Not unusual for the fourth quarter of the fiscal year for the U.S. It was 4.2%, I think, as opposed to a negative for the previous quarter. And then there was consumer sentiment, which was in line with the predictions, so there was nothing shocking there. Definitely, there's probably some profit taking on Thursday, and then probably a lot of people jump back on Friday, which may account for a pretty nice day in the market on Friday. So for today, we have personal income and outlays, pending home sales, and the Dallas Fed manufacturing survey coming up. And that's for today. So speaking of this week, Wednesday, I leave for Wisconsin. And I'm not going to trade anything. I'm not going to add anything that expires on Friday. And if I trade anything at all, it's going to be for next week's expiration. But I'm going to try to avoid any sort of trading whatsoever, because I really would like to not haul my laptop up there, and I'm not sure that I would be very good, or I haven't actually traded in the Thinkorswim app on my phone, just because I do spreads, and I'm not sure that it really covers that. I guess I probably should grow up and figure it out and play around with it if I can play. I'm not even sure if I have access to the paper account there. But I'll give it a try. I'll take a look at it today or tomorrow and see if it'll work out for me. But I just think I'm just going to go very, very light and stick with what I have this week, unless something is so tempting it's irresistible. All right, let's check out what's going on across the oceans. And in Asia, we are mixed to, I would say, sort of bit on the bearish side. And in Europe, bear. Big rebound seen for U.S. with 200,000 new jobs. Now, who can actually predict? I get a big kick out of these politicians say, well, if we do this, we'll create 100,000 new jobs. And then nobody ever asks later on, did it really do that? So I think, well, I know for sure that the governor in Wisconsin, who's a fine governor for politician, came up short on his jobs prediction, and they're nailing him to the wall for that. So I think that that's good that they're held to that, because if you're going to make claims like that, you better darn well know what the heck you're talking about. All right, let's jump over to what's going on here. Well, doesn't look too good here either, following Europe's example. 0.5% down. That's significant. Gold is at $12.19, up $4.20 overnight, but still languishing around that 1,200 mark. Is that going to be support? And then are we going to see a rebound up? Well, any rebound up would be good for gold. Oil is at 93.22, up a tad from the 92 and 91s that we were seeing in previous weeks, but still relatively low. So that means fuel for my trip to Wisconsin in a fuel efficient sedan. I have a an Avalon, a 2004 Avalon, and it is one of the nicest cars. It's really a nice car. And that's the one that I like to use for trips up to Wisconsin, just because it's comfortable and it gets pretty good mileage. Alright, I sure am yakking a lot this morning, aren't I? Okay, so we're out of the disaster from last week. I have my numbers manually, but I haven't plugged them into the spreadsheet yet. But it looks like it's probably, a good $1,000 in the hole from last week, I would say. Gave up a lot of the profits for this year in one lousy week. Well, in one lousy day. But anyway, still have these 3 positions open, all except NFLX with negative delta, so that should work out well today. And I hope, that I'm able to get out of these. I may get out of NFLX today. We'll take a look at the chart and see what it looks like, but I might get out of that today. Okay, let's start right out. We're at the 6-minute mark roughly, so we'll get going here with the scan. Alrighty, we have a hook here on Apple, but I didn't put a target there because I don't like these 1-day reds. I like to have a couple days on them, just because usually that means that it's a little bit deeper hole that it needs to recover from, and that's usually a better sign than, like for instance here, this one is a 2-day. So except for this freaky day here, when I think this is when they introduced is this the iPhone 6 introduction here? I'm not sure. I think it is. So the, what do they call it, bend gate for the iPhone 6. So it had a nice recovery after that, and that would have been a good trade if you could have handled this day. Anyway, so I like to see them a little bit longer, so I'm going to take a pass on this, and I recommend that you do too, unless you want to do a 20 delta. You can do 20 delta on this. I'm not going to mark it as such, though. Alright, so Amazon, this one expired last week, and that was 100% profit there. So I'm going to remove that drawing. And now we're just sitting with this one, which expires this week, which I might get out of maybe tomorrow afternoon, if it holds. Do we have a new opportunity? Yes. We do, actually. If you want to, I'm going to mark this down as a 20 delta for today, for expiration of maybe next week. I don't know if I'd go with this week. Alright, Boeing. We're in Boeing. A little scary here. Had a very nice day. Friday. Recovered more than it lost from, let's see, Blue Thursday maybe, not really a Black Thursday. I would say if we had dropped 300 or 450, I would say that would be on the Dow, and I just kind of use the Dow as a reference. If it would have lost 450, then that would have been a significant day. So we'll call it Blue Thursday. So it actually did a nice job of recovering there. A little scary, but I'm probably going to be moving down today. Can we tell? It's still, midpoint looks pretty much like the last. So there's nothing going on there with them for right now. We're going to stick to it. I don't see any other trade right now. Possibly, I don't know. There's nothing there. Baidu, ouch. I'm going to delete all drawings here. Remove all drawings. So Sometimes I need to be retrained. And then I think the save that they were talking about was, save workspace as, this is the save I think that they were talking about. So I'll make sure I save that in case we crash. Okay, so all the drawings are gone in Baidu and we're starting from scratch. And we're looking for maybe a 20 delta in here. So I'm going to mark that as such. Okay. Just because we're in an uptrend, but recently there's like no trend. So we're looking for a 20 delta there. Chipotle. Ouch on Chipotle. I'm going to delete all drawings there. Or remove all drawings, as they say. And then save workspace as. There. What do I see? What do I see? I see a downtrend recently and an uptrend. So really, right along here, we're in no trend. That's playable, so we're going to take a pass on that. Costco. Let's see here. No trend here on Costco either. I was thinking about maybe a 50 delta here, but that's insane. So I'm going to, I'll just remove all drawings here in case there's anything back there. Oh, we have earnings coming up. That time of the year, huh? No trend here on Costco. Taking a total pass. We'll take a look at the Dow here. Didn't quite recover from Bluetooth Thursday, but it tried gallantly. So what's happening here? Well, looking a little weak on the stochastic. On the weekly MACD, this is where we would look at momentum here. If we drop below this zero line, we're probably going to be heading into another down move. Yeah. So, just for fun, we'll take a pass on GLD. Alright, Google. Ouch on this baby too, never did recover. We're going to remove all drawings there and start over. There is no trend here. The 50 delta on Google was a dummy move. LinkedIn, we might have an uptrend going on here, I'm not sure. We're thinking about maybe taking a look at a 50 delta here someday in the near future. But I don't see anything there. NDX, I don't see any real trend here either, at least over the last couple of days. It might be rolling over here. What are we looking at this morning? Yeah, almost a 0.5%. That's kind of a big move. So, you know, like a $15 move on the ES or a $350 move or more on the Dow, that's a black day. Or a black swan? I don't think it qualifies for a black swan. Anyway, nothing going on here. Not interested in anything at this time. Netflix. We have a lot of drawings on Netflix. This is our only positive delta trade. I think I'm going to want to get out of it today. Where are we at here? We're at basically 100% of profit, so let's just get out of it today. What do you say? I think we're going to get out of Netflix today. I'll make a note of that. Okay, back to our charts. price line. Let's see here. Ouchie on price line. So let's remove all drawings. Start from scratch. I thought for sure that price line would kind of cooperate and play along here, but it didn't last week. Let's run up here and save this workspace. Okay, now rut. Oh, there we go. It took that long to save? Wow, that's kind of a good sign. What are we seeing here in Priceline? Nothing. There's nothing going on here. Looking for that sawtooth pattern up or sawtooth pattern down. It's not happening here. There's nothing going on. Maybe a 20 delta up here, so I put a target in there for a 20 delta. We're not seeing any sawtooths. We're going to stick with 20 delta. Russell. What do you say there, Russell? All right, looking for a possible 20 delta here on the Russell. SPX. This would have worked out, but you got to follow some sort of rules. So even with the nice move on Friday, we still had a red hook here on stochastic. So this was the proper thing to do, is to get out that day, because you shouldn't be working off of hope. Because this was a big day, and then it had another big down day, and then a big up day, and then a huge down day, and then a big up day. So we're going to get a huge down day again? I don't know. So definitely no bullish trades on this. We are going to be bears. So I'm going to delete, or remove, sorry, remove all drawings. And then save the workspace. Okay, now next is Tesla. We have a little tiny little 20 delta out here. 50 delta. I'm not doing a 50 delta on this. I'll remove all drawings. Okay, so boy, Tesla's looking pretty weak. Not going to do anything about that. And last but not least, Visa. We have a sort of a prayer out here for a 20 delta. We'll have to slide this out because there's no way it's going to hit that target. So it might come up here and grab it later on this week. So really for today, all there is Amazon for a 20 delta with a bear call, and then I will be exiting Netflix. Hopefully the open isn't too bad and I can get out for close to 100% profit. I like that. And that would be around 83 cents per lot. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Watch out for this here, because it's not looking any better. Have a great day and happy trading.